Hello everybody, welcome to The Tube. We got a special show for you tonight with a one-on-one with one of the web's most popular dudes. Who am I talking about? You're gonna have to wait and see, but let's start with a news flash. For the first time in several quarters, Wall Street didn't like what Facebook had to say in its earnings reports. Facebook posted its first $3 billion quarter and beat earnings estimated for the September quarter. But concerns about the company's plans to reduce spending pushes their stock 6% down, effectively shaving off more than $10 billion from the company's market cap overnight. Microsoft took the wraps off a long-expected wearable that will plug into a new Microsoft Health Fitness tracking service. Microsoft Band will go on sale Thursday for almost $200 in the US. The device, which somewhat resembles Samsung's Gear Fit, is designed to last 48 hours on a single charge and to be worn all day to track both sleep and exercise, as well as receive smartphone notifications. Hooray! Android TV made its big debut back at Google I/O, but now we finally meet its host. The Nexus player, built by Asus, is the new set-top box for TV by Google. It's Google's gazillionth attempt to take over the living room, looks a lot like Amazon and Apple TV, only runs on Android TV. Well, hooray for Google. Now, HP wants to kill the keyboard. Sprout is HP's latest PC design, and it ditches the mouse and keyboard in favor of a system that is built purely on touch interactions. The computer comes with a projector showing a full interactive image on every surface. It's quite innovative. Check it out. One of the most popular genres of YouTube shows is surprisingly educational videos, and in that genre, there's one king, the Vsauce channels. Vsauce is the place to go and get answers to the questions you've always had, but maybe never thought to ask, such as what is the Earth worth, and why are bad words bad? Now, with 4 different channels, Vsauce is being watched by millions an episode, with more than 1 billion in views in total. Before we get to our very special guest, let's watch a clip from one of our favorite Vsauce 1 episodes.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. The Earth is spinning, and we are spinning along with it. But what if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Well, first of all, you would gain weight. But that would be the least of your worries. The spin of our planet is important and literally giving you the time of your life. Here in San Francisco, the Earth is driving me east at 368 meters per second. If I could float above the surface, independent of the Earth's rotation, the Earth would spin underneath me this quickly. Pretty cool. But of course, when I jump straight up into the air, the Earth doesn't move underneath me because I continue to spin with it. We are all spinning with the Earth, and that is why slamming on a set of magical planetary brakes that caused everything classically called Earth to stop spinning would be catastrophic.
So interesting. So yesterday, Jake Roper, the host and producer of Vsauce 3, participated in the Israeli Convention for Web Creators and tried to help Israelis get viral. And now he's here with us in the studio to tell us a little more about creating for the web and being a huge but humble YouTube star. Good evening.
Hello there.
Hello here. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm fine.
That is great.
So let's talk about Vsauce. How did the whole concept even start?
Well, Vsauce, just the name alone was random. It was created with a random name generator. And Michael, who created Vsauce, just liked the fact that it sounded messy, but it could mean anything. So the channel was originally a video game channel and then moved towards science and education and information.
Okay, I was really surprised that an educational thing is so popular. How do you explain that?
I think the explanation is that we're just naturally curious, right? When you hear an interesting question, you want to find out the answer, and we love sharing information. So it's just like an intrinsic, natural part of humanity.
So how did it start?
That?
The Vsauce.
The Vsauce.
Yeah.
Well, Michael was just always very curious, and he made a video, I believe it was like, what's the hottest pepper? And it did really, really well, so he started making more of those kind of videos.
Totally independent?
Yeah.
Cool. And how did you join them?
I joined because I was starting by making a space channel, space and science channel, and I became friends with Michael and Kevin from Vsauce 1 and Vsauce 2, and I started editing videos for them, and I kind of came up with what shows would be like for Vsauce 3, and they were like, oh, why don't you just try it? And I did, and here I am.
People who don't really know, what's the difference between the channels?
Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
Vsauce 1 is about the world, right? Vsauce 2 is about people and the amazing things they create, and then my channel, Vsauce 3, is about fictional worlds, video games, comic books, and explaining them scientifically.
Okay, so let's watch one of your videos and we'll continue to chat in a minute.
Hey Vsauce, I'm Jake, and we know that Pokemon are deadly. Some are 1.7 times hotter than the surface of our sun, others could blow a hole through you with water jets, but thankfully there is one Pokemon who is so completely useless that it could never kill you. Pokemon number 129, Magikarp. Magikarp has the ability to leap a mountain. And fish jumping out of water isn't that uncommon. The silver carp, also known as the flying carp, can leap 10 to 15 feet and is actually pretty dangerous. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, reported injuries from silver carp range from black eyes to broken jaws, noses, ribs, and even getting knocked completely unconscious.
Okay, so I'm really interested to know, how do you make these videos from concept till when you upload it to YouTube?
So it's generally, I just have an idea. Like for that one, I'm just playing Pokemon. I'm like, oh, what would happen if this fish actually hit your body? Like what would happen when something would speed up that fast and hit you? So that's generally where it comes from. And then it's just writing the script. It takes about a month to research and find out all the facts. And then about a day or two to film, then a day or two to edit, and then that's it.
Are you a team of researchers?
no.
Or whatever? You do the research?
Each channel pretty much runs independently. We have a great guy who makes those amazing graphics. So we have someone to do that. But besides that, all the research, the writing, the editing, the shooting is all us.
How does your office look like?
Like a mess.
Like a mess?
It's just, my house is it's a corner, it's very small. And there's just a desk covered with books and video games and comics. And that's about it.
What's your education? I mean, what did you learn that you got so interested in these areas?
Well, I studied film. So film was I minored in psychology. So I've always just been interested in how our mind works. And that's kind of been one of my big pushes with my channel, is talking about psychology.
Okay. Okay, and with all these videos under your belt, most of them becoming viral, have you got any idea what makes a video go viral?
No, not at all. I don't. This is actually, I was asked the other day, if when I make a video, if I know it's going to do well. Never. I think everything, and maybe you feel this when you make something, you always think it's like the worst because you spend so much time with it that you're kind of over it by the time it's finished. So I kind of just make it and I'm like, maybe it'll do well, hopefully.
Yeah, but still, some do well, some do less well. You can learn what's going on, no? Don't you have insights?
I mean, there are some things, like when I made a video about Godzilla, it came out 2 days before Godzilla came out. So of course people are going to be searching that. So in that mind, I'm like, I think it will do better because people are just searching it. Or with Superman, people just were searching that because it came out right before the movie did.
Yeah, but it's feeling like you're saying, I don't think about what will interest people, I think about what will interest me, but still, it's your business. You should also think about what will interest people, no?
I do. I mean, this might sound a little conceited, but I think since I've been able to find an audience, I've been lucky enough to find an audience, that we generally just seem to see eye to eye with what I think is interesting, they also like too, which is really cool. So generally I have that nice buffer where I have those subscribers that will kind of just watch what I make because we already have this connection.
Let's talk about your audience. Who is your audience?
Everyone, the world. The majority of it is 13 to 24-year-old males. But besides that, like there's something amazing where I did a talk a couple weeks ago and there was just teachers and parents in the audience. And the parents are like, oh, I watch the videos with my kids. You know, we all get together, they introduce me to you. And that's the best, is that everyone can watch the videos, which I love.
Let's watch another bit from another video
Of course.
of you, and we'll be back in a sec.
Hey Vsauce, I'm Jake and I have been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 recently, like a lot of Grand Theft Auto, but we're not here to talk about my crippling addiction, no. We are here because while playing, I started thinking about how heavy all the weapons I was carrying were. So I found the closest real-world counterparts, and with every weapon slot full, loaded with ammo, you are carrying anywhere from 600 to 800 pounds. It would be like strapping a motorcycle to your back. According to the US military, an infantry soldier's fighting load should not exceed 48 pounds or 33% their body weight. When marching, it should be around 72 pounds, but that has been known to go up close to 100. In Minecraft, for example, Steve can carry a lot, all while running, jumping, and climbing. If we take the heaviest element that exists both in the game and real life, gold, fill all 36 inventory slots with 64 stacks of the stuff, it has been calculated to weigh 44,467 metric tons.
Yeah, yet again, super interesting. You know, the episodes are long, which is surprising because YouTube is usually very short, especially since it wants to become successful. How do you explain the length and the success together?
The length and success, that's a good question. I think the hope is that, because we get this a lot, like, oh, why don't you make short videos? If it can be 8 minutes and be engaging, then make it 8 minutes. If there's a story to tell that is that long, people will generally stick around if there's something worth watching. So hopefully, I think that's kind of our thing, is that it hopefully is good enough to be 8 minutes long.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, because we're showing just little bites of like 15 minutes, some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're doing this show on YouTube, and it's super successful. How does it affect your life?
It is your life. When you make YouTube content, part of the reason that it's successful is because the audience can directly connect to you. There really isn't that barrier that there is with television or movies. So my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, it's all public facing and they can all follow me. So once you kind of get into it, it's every bit of it is your life.
Okay, but it's your full-time job, so it's your full-time salary. I see 6 million views. Is that a good salary?
It depends on if they're watching it on mobile, if they're watching it on desktop. But yeah, I mean, it's enough to make a living.
Sorry, a good living? I mean, if you're successful in YouTube,
Yeah.
you can, you know, because people have this idea of making it. You know, especially you're American, the American way of making it.
Yeah, the
Does
American
it get to making it? Buying a house in LA, making it?
I mean, I don't own a house yet. I don't think I'll own a house for a while.
Okay.
But I can rent an apartment and I can live. So yeah. I mean, it's and again, but though when you make content, when you're making videos, right? A lot of the money that you make or that you have for budget goes back into the videos for better equipment. For maybe I can hire a cameraman now. So it's an investment always
An investment to
make better content.
And do you feel famous?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
And you're in the subway, whatever, you have your anonymity.
I mean, sometimes people will recognize you and like want a photo or whatever, but I just make videos, and there just happens to be people who think the same way that I do that watch it. I don't really think of it as, I don't know, anything special.
Okay, so let's sum it up with one good advice you can give to someone watching at home now and wants to do his first YouTube video.
Just make it. Make anything. Just create things, because if you need to create stuff, then you'll just do it, and YouTube's a fantastic platform to put your ideas up and hopefully find an audience.
No, but it's a bit weird because now, you know, it doesn't look homemade anymore, especially the successful one. You need to have the writing talent and the cool graphic design and the cool edit, which can be a bit despairing for someone young who has only his, phone.
But I think, so I will say that there's been times when I've shot on very nice cameras. I've also shot videos entirely on my cell phone, and will do just as well as the other ones, because a lot of times it's really about your personality and about the content that you're creating. Not so much, the visuals can be forgiven as long as you have something very engaging to share.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We have to finish.
Of course.
That was very intense. You're an intense dude. Okay, we have one little social watch. Let's just watch it and enjoy.
No fame, all there is, all there was. On the second mate, can't take a cent, take a cut of that kind of rent. I'll stand, kind of pushed, kind of bent on this heavy land. I'll stand,
Yeah, that was Supercut Time with Brian Carroll's beautiful montage of up straight shots from the movies, from above. And that's it. This show is over. Let's finish with a quote from Tim Cook's open letter where he so beautifully comes out as gay. That happened today. He said, "We pave the sunlit path toward justice together, brick by brick. This is my brick." Thanks for that, Tim. And good night, everybody. Log on to our Twitter, to our Tumblr. It's the Chew24. We'll see you on Monday. Goodbye.